dyslexia is a code-based problem. Whereas your ESL children, your global developmental delays, your language development centre children, your children with delayed language, your low IQ children, it's actually a different profile. Let's have a look at your dyslexics, a typical dyslexic profile. You listen to them read and you think, oh, that's very, very painful to even listen to you to read. For me to listen to you read. It's slow, it's laborious, it's inaccurate, it's disfluent, but lots of problems cracking that code. But when you ask that child, can you ask that child a few questions, they can answer the comprehension questions. And every time I assess one of these kids, I think, how is that possible when your cracking of the code was so difficult? What's that tell you? Language is a relative strength for those children, but these code-based processes are shocking, as is the case with writing. Okay, I've got all these ideas, I want to do this and then this and put this part into my writing. When it actually comes to a child reproducing those ideas in code, in phonics, in the alphabetic knowledge, with their alphabetic knowledge, it just doesn't transfer on paper. Can you see the basis of their literacy problem is more code-based. Language is much stronger, their code bases are much weaker. Whereas your ESL children, your language delay children, your low IQ children, children with less cognitive resources, their profile can be, they have problems in both areas. Actually, their spelling and their reading is low, but their comprehension and their expression ability is also low. But sometimes you get this third category of child. And do you know what? It's that area only. They can crack the code, they can read fluently, don't ask me how, but and their spelling is relatively okay. As for comprehending what they've read or any real substance in their writing, it's actually a language-based problem. And so through this presentation, you can start to plot. You've come here today thinking about, I've got children that I'm worried about. So you've got to think, have they got problems in both areas, or is this more their area of problem, or is this their area of problem? Now, the core area of their problem, I should say. And if you're a support teacher, sometimes you have to say, right, I've got a child in year 6, can hardly read and spell. We're going to move on this first, and when that's going there, now I know they've got language problems as well, we're going to move on this area. Sometimes you've got to schedule over time where your attention's going to go. And again, these poor kids that have got problems in both areas, really complex to deal with. Yeah, they're all quite complex, but they fall into different categories. One area or both areas. Yeah. Or one area being more severe than the other area.